Hello and welcome to Sobrix. I'm Adam and this is Sobrix. This is my channel for reviewing Lego sets and building them and other Lego related stuff. In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at the Lego Star Wars Mandalorian Fang fighter versus the TIE Interceptor set. This is set number 75348. It has 957 pieces, and I paid $100 for this set. Now, this is one of the new Star Wars sets that just came out. I've already done videos about the Mandalorian, snub pirate fighter set, and I've already done videos about both of the dioramas, the Endor speeder chase and the Emperor's throne room, and I've actually already done a video about the Death Star gift with purchase as well. And so this is another one of the new Star Wars sets that I'm going to be looking at. And I'm pretty excited about this one to get the TIE Interceptor here. And this Fang fighter looks okay, but I guess I'm just excited to see what this set has to offer. And I like that we get two builds in one set. And so in this video, I'm going to open this up and I'm going to put this together, and then I'm going to give my thoughts. So while I build this, I will speed the video up and then I'll slow it back down to give my review. So until then, enjoy. Okay, so that is this brand new Lego Star Wars Mandalorian Fang fighter versus the TIE Interceptor. This is two sets in one. This is 957 pieces, $100. And there's a lot to look at in this set, but I'm going to try to be as kind of brief as I can while still covering most of what's here. My first impressions, oh my gosh. My first impression is that this is all really, really good. And I'm realizing right now that I put all of these wings on backwards. So let me fix that really quick. My first impression, yeah, this was actually better than I thought it would be. This was kind of one where I was like, I don't know. I want the Interceptor, but I kind of wish it was all on its own. And like that set, I mean, was on its own. Let me make sure I get this all right here. Then I built the Mandalorian Fang fighter, and I was pretty happy with it, I would say. I thought from the looks of it that it was going to be a very, very basic and boring build. And it is basic. It's kind of weird, actually. How am I going to get this out? Forgive me for messing this up and taking this time here. And now hopefully these will all be facing the correct way. There we go. I wonder that's why I was having weird balance issues with it. It could be. It could be. Okay, so that should be fixed now. Anyway, I thought that this was going to be not so good because I thought, okay, it's very, very thin. It is just plates, just white and gray plates. And seems kind of boring and seems just a weird shape, and it's so thin. It is so thin. And I didn't know if I was going to like it. It ended up being kind of cool, and there's some interesting building techniques, I guess, and some I think the shaping is pretty good for the most part, and it feels very sturdy and it handles pretty well. So I think there's a lot of play here. And as you can see, it is just layers and layers of plates. Basically, the whole body and wings is 3-4 layers of plates. For the fuselage or like the cockpit area, we do get a little more vertical building in there. And that's good. I liked how the back of this all came together and everything. So this exceeded my expectations. And then what I was really most interested in is the Interceptor. And this is really, really good too. I know some people had problems with the overall shaping of this and how it looks when it's finished. I quite like it, and I think it's pretty close to what the TIE Interceptor looks like. So I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm going to go through this and talk about everything that's in here. First thing to make note of, we got 2 instruction manuals. So the first 3 are for one ship. The other ones are for the other ship. So again, this could be built with a partner or a family, or you could divvy up the builds in certain ways. Or it makes it really easy, like, okay, I'm going to build this one today, and then maybe I'll build this one, someday in the future, or vice versa. Or if you just wanted to start with the the Interceptor, or maybe you only wanted the Interceptor, you could just open those bags, keep bags 1, 2, and 3 sealed, and you could maybe sell off just the Fang Fighter or give it away or something else. So it's kind of nice that there's different instructions and it tells you what you need to open to do each one there. The next thing we will take a look at is the minifigures. Like I normally do, we'll look at the minifigures first. We get 3 minifigures, but kind of 4 if I count that R2 unit. So the first minifigure to take a look at here is the Mandalorian. And this has, I believe, the Mandalorian's new helmet design, new printing. Very nice printing on sort of the side of the face there. Good detail up top, pretty subtle up there. The mold is good, and I'm very happy with the print on this helmet. If we pop the helmet off, we can see the Mandalorian's face there. Good face print, nothing on the alternate side. Good like gunmetal type jetpack there. We do get a dark saber here. I don't know, I think I saw some people having complaints about this. I think it's fine. I'm not terribly familiar with them because I never watched the show, but it looks fine to me. But the printing on the torso, legs, and arms on this thing is really, really well done. Tons of crazy detail in here, metallics, a lot of detail even up at the top there, this bandolier, the belt, the stuff on the belt. Going down into the midsection, we got good detail. Very good printing on the legs. It's not symmetrical, very cool. Printing on the arms, love to see that, and detailed printing on the arms. And on the other arm, and again, these arms are not the same either, so there's some differences there, which is really, really nice. And we can take a look at the back. I just have to remove this jetpack, and the back is pretty basic, but we get just a continuation of the stuff that's kind of on the front. So the back of this kind of armor, the bandolier thing, and the belt going around. So this is a really, really good minifigure. I'm very happy with how mine turned out. Sometimes I'm not super thrilled with the printing that can be on some helmets and headpieces, and for this one I'm pretty good with what I got, and I think everything below the helmet and the head is really top notch, so I love that. Plus the Darksaber is cool. The next one we get is a Mandalorian Fleet Commander, and we get this minifigure here, and I love the color of this thing. We do get a blaster for them, but I will remove that. And they also have one of these, I don't know, something detonator or I can't remember what those were, but they were in the Snub Pirate set too. And then a very kind viewer posted in the comments section what these were, and I forget, but it comes with one of those. Great. So the Mandalorian Fleet Commander comes with a hairpiece here, but it also comes with a helmet, which is also kind of in the newer design and the newer print. I love this helmet. I love this color. And this one does have an antenna coming up out of it. The Mandalorian's does not. You do get extra of the antennas and extra of like the visors that can go on different helmets as well. But this is very, very good. I can't get over the color of this helmet and the torso. And again, printing on the torso is really, really well done. We do get kind of barely printing on the midsection. It's just that line there, but it's there. Printing on the legs, and that goes down to the feet there, which is very nice. This one does not have printing on the arms. We get another one of these jetpacks, and if we take a look, this character does have an alternate face. So we get 1, 2, and if I take off the jetpack, we can see kind of the continuation on the back of what was on the front. Very, very nice. This is a great color, and very happy with that. The next minifigure we get is the TIE Pilot. These are, I think, the same as maybe TIE Bombers and TIE Fighters. I'm not positive, but blaster for them. Get rid of that here. Really good mold and really good print for the helmet there. I like that a lot. And let me just double check here up close to see if my helmet printing turned out okay. Yes, I am happy with how my printing is on this helmet. We do get printing, really nice detailed printing on the torso, little bit of printing on the midsection, and printing on the legs, but very, very basic. None of like the metallic or other stuff going down onto the legs. Nothing on the arms. The back is pretty standard, but good. We do not get an alternate face for this one, and this is a pretty standard face for a TIE pilot there, so nice, good figure. And then the last one we get is an R2 unit, a droid, and this is R2E6, an R2E6 unit, I believe. No printing on the back of the body. The head printing, let me double check. Mine is okay. It seems like sometimes the printing from the seam of the head and where the printing starts has some variance in there. And so mine does look a little bit wonky, but these dome type heads can be that way. And I don't know if Legos really ever fix that. So occasionally you get one that's really, really off kilter. Sometimes you get one that's pretty dead on. Sometimes there's just a little bit of difference between like where this silver is and where that crease like mold line is. So mine is okay. It feels like the way I have it positioned right now at the back, it's a little higher than it is at the front, but that's all right. Printing on the kind of body section of this is good. No printing on the back, no printing on the legs. I think R2D2 has only ever had printing on the back like twice. So this is pretty standard for an R2 unit. Nice that it's in there. So that is the minifigures. And now we can go back to looking at these ships. I'm going to move one out of the way here. So the first one that I built, the first one that the instructions tells you to build is this Fang fighter. We do have a place for a minifigure in here, a little bucket handle for joysticks or whatever, a printed control panel there. This on the windscreen or on the cockpit cover there is also printed, and that's very nice. This is a good piece. Pretty happy with that. And then, as I was saying at the beginning, this is like a very flat, very thin, very many plates build. And I don't remember seeing many Star Wars ships quite like this ever in all my years of building Star Wars ships. So at its thickest, in the middle here, it's probably only like 3 bricks tall. But for most of the wings and the body of this thing, it is maybe 1 brick or like 3 plates. It is very, very thin. So a lot of plates, I didn't know how rigid it would end up being, but Lego's usually pretty good about overlapping and interlocking and everything. So it doesn't feel like this is just going to like fall off or anything. So it's pretty rigid, which is really nice. I think there is good details in here. The lines work really well. This sort of shape, this sort of shape. And then if you get even like more in depth with like following just some of the greebling or some of the lines and how some of these angles are created, I think it works pretty well. I didn't love just these two slopes and modified slopes at the end. They are a piece that could pop off. And I also didn't know about this shape for this piece, but I'm not really familiar with this ship from the show. These sort of blasters or whatever on here are nice. They are kind of greebly looking, but also they just use some hilt and bar elements. Pretty basic. Could be prone to falling off with aggressive play. Get some of these like ingots for some details. I really like the three thrusters at the back here, which I believe the snub fighter also had 3 thrusters at the back, which is pretty cool. I like when I see like odd numbers in Lego. And so this whole construction is really nice how it comes together there. Big fan of that. And that's mostly what this has to offer. I think it's good for play. I don't know if it's great for display. I almost wish I might have to construct a stand to arrange this and the TIE Interceptor in kind of an action-y kind of display pose, because I think like this kind of laying flat, it is flat and bland and small, but like at an angle, like it's banking around a corner, I think it looks pretty darn cool. And so I might have to build a stand for this to attach to and then have the Interceptor kind of behind it in a type of chase there. I think this could be more detailed, and if I were to think about this as its own set instead of part of a 2-pack, I don't know if this is a set that I would go out of my way to purchase, because what I'm looking at here, if we cut it down the middle, this is $50. If we go by piece count, I don't know what it ends up being, but maybe this is $35 or $40 or something like that. And that's so. I mean, I guess compared to the snub fighter, with the pirate snub fighter, which was $35, is a good amount smaller than this, very simple as well. But maybe this would be comparable or a little more. I'm not quite sure. So I don't know if this is something that I would normally go out of my way to pick up, but because it was part of a set with another build in it and stuff, I'm perfectly happy to have this, and I enjoyed building it well enough. So this Fang fighter is okay, and I don't know if this is like an iconic ship. I don't know if people are really going to be clamoring for this set, but yeah, this is all right. This is all right by me. A lot of plates in here. And then the next one we can take a look at is the TIE Interceptor. Now, for me, this is the one I was most interested in here. And I'm very happy with this. I'm really excited to have this with a TIE fighter and a TIE bomber in play scale like this. I think they captured kind of the essence of all 3 of those pretty well, but this one in particular is really well done. I like the cockpit and the fuselage here. I think it's shaped well for Lego, especially. I think it's pretty round, all things considered, and I really like that about it. And the angle of these wings, or I don't know what they actually end up being in universe, but I'm going to call them wings. The angles are really nice, and they're sturdy and solid. They connect with some Technic on there, which is pretty standard for builds like this, and they're good. I'm pretty happy with how this looks at the end. I think there's a nice balance between kind of tile and studs here, and that was true for the TIE Bomber and the TIE Fighter as well. And I will have to look at this angle and compare it to the angle of the TIE Bomber in the future, but for now I'm really, really happy with this. I like this detailing in here. It's kind of greebly, kind of not. It's like greebling light. Actually putting together all of the kind of stuff in here and on the top and on the bottom and on the back really helps kind of round out this middle part there, and I really, really liked doing all that, so I'm pretty pleased with that there. I think the back looks very, very nice. It is a bummer about these blue pins there. I mean, maybe there's an in-universe way to explain those away. Otherwise, they do stick out a little bit. Normally, I'm pretty forgiving about blue pins on stuff, but on this one, it's a little more glaring to me. In the front, we just have black pins there, so that's okay. This one, actually both this and the Fang Fighter have those bolt shooters, those spring-loaded bolt shooters. So on this one, they are located in the center there. So bolts can go in and fired out. Actually, I believe this one uses this color bolt and the Fang Fighter uses the red. You get 3 of each of the bolts here for that. And we get the cockpit area, if I can open this up. There we go, which can fit the pilot in there. We do have some translucent red. This is a printed like heads-up display, not heads-up display, but control panel piece in there, which is good. Printed windscreen here, which is good. The fit on this is really nice, no gaps, and I like the use of these pieces, almost like fender pieces on the side here. Really liked the use of that, and this just closes up perfectly. This is also a print, no stickers in this set at all, which is always appreciated. So this is really, really good. I will show on the Fang Fighter, this is where the bolt shooters are, and here they are on the TIE Interceptor. So we get those, and we get 3 of each color bolt, so 1 extra. Very, very cool. I'm really, really happy with both of these. I think they look great, and I think there's a way to have these, position chasing after each other that makes a really, really cool display set. But I think these could be play sets too. They are kind of big, but I think people even with smaller hands than I could still handle these, especially the Fang Fighter. This one might be a little more unruly. This certainly has more weight to it, but because the middle of this is so solid compared to like everything out here, I think even someone with smaller hands than I could maneuver this well enough in play. I think the minifigures are quite good, and I'm happy to have like the Mandalorian Fleet Commander, which I didn't have, and the new helmets are great. So this is really, really nice. I'll show quickly the extra pieces here, including some of the extra pieces from the antenna for the helmets and the visors, because those came pre-packaged. So we get several of those. We get an extra Darksaber blade, some extra hilts, extra blaster, a lot of extra tiles, 1x1s. I do believe we get an extra, yes. We get an extra of that printed piece right there on that one, which is good. And that's pretty much it. So your standard extra pieces for the most part, but good that they are all in there. If I think about the price of this and the value, 957 pieces, 3 minifigures, 4 if you count the R2 unit. And you get 2 pretty substantial sized ships for that. I mean, both of these are a good amount, I think more pieces than the Snub Pirate ship, and just their footprint is bigger and their mass seems to be bigger, that's a $35 set. These would both be more than that individually, most likely. So I don't know how I feel about $50 for this, $50 for this, but if this is $60 or $65, like the Bomber, and this is $40 or something, that seems to make sense to me. And I'm comfortable with that, even for, it's not 10 cents per piece. There's a lot of big pieces in here, like a lot of big plates, a lot of big wing pieces and stuff like that. And you get the prints and everything. So it's kind of okay that it's not 10 cents per piece. I think there's value here, actually. I think this is a really good set. And I don't think it's terribly overpriced. I think if you look at like this versus spending $100 on the Emperor's Throne Room diorama, I ended up loving the Empire's Throne Room diorama, but it's considerably less stuff than this. Not only is it less pieces, like 150 less pieces, it has one less figure, maybe, depending on how you count the droid. But this just has like a bigger footprint, and you get more stuff here, and especially for kids, for play, or not even just for kids, for anybody for play and potentially display. This feels like there's a lot more substance to it than something like the Throne Room. I love the Throne Room, but I'm only bringing that up because those have the same, this set and that set have the same retail price, and I think this is a better value set. So this was pretty good, and I was happy to be able to pick this up while also getting in on the gift with purchases and the promos and the double VIP points. And I have a bunch more Lego Star Wars sets coming in the mail, and more that I picked up from the store. So I'm really looking forward to putting those together. But this is good. If you like this video, consider giving it a like, and if you like the videos on my channel, consider subscribing to it so you can stay up to date on all the Lego videos I will be doing in the future, including a bunch more Lego Star Wars stuff, some new Return of the Jedi brickheads, the Super Star Destroyer, and a bunch of other stuff as always. So subscribe so you don't miss any of that upcoming stuff. And until next time, thanks. Bye.